Hello everyone, my name is Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to begin our practice at the back of the mat in Tadasana. So your feet are going to be hip width distance apart, arms are at your sides, palms face away from you. And we're going to start our practice by just finding that connection to the breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And release from the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times together. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. If you naturally closed your eyes, go ahead and open them. And we're going to begin by shifting the weight, distributing it throughout our feet. So start by just rocking onto the sides, rolling to the back, other side, coming up onto the balls of your feet, and just sort of rotating into a circle. Rocking back on your heels, up onto the balls of your feet. Take it nice and slow, really get deep into the pads of your feet. Give them a nice little massage. And this will help bring awareness to kind of where you naturally distribute your weight. And go ahead and shift direction. Is that easier or harder? So not only are we starting to kind of get into the deep tissues of the foot, we're also creating that rotation of the ankle. So we're working into our joints. Perfect. Go ahead and come to stillness. Organize your feet if they went a little awry. And just begin to bounce. So you're going to come onto the balls of your feet and then lower down. Inhale, rise and down. We'll do this for just a little bit because we're wanting to target our feet today, target our ankles. So this kind of helps with the pumping of getting the Achilles nice and stretched. Again, we're working into our toes, into the ball of our feet. We're stretching the arches. And you determine how high up you go. If you can't go all the way up onto the balls of your feet and you can't lift your arches all the way up, just do little mini ones. It's okay. You always determine how far you go into everything in these postures. And we're going to come to a pause with our heels lifted. Bring your arms up above your head, lower your heels. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Now, ragdoll is great for releasing tension in the spine, but as you sway from side to side, you're also shifting the weight in the feet. Go ahead and release your bind, come into your forward fold. Halfway lift. Walk your feet out to the width of your mat. Press into your feet and rise up. Arms go up above your head. Exhale, come into Malasana, your yogi squat. Now you come into your yogi squat, you can hold onto your mat, You can sit on a block, but I'm going to encourage you to just rock from side to side. Again, we're distributing the weight in your feet, getting some internal and external rotation. Also working into the deep tissues of the hips. Come to stillness and press all the way up. Bring your feet back hip width distance apart. Lift your heels as high as you can. And with control, really engage your core. Begin to bend your knees. See if you can come all the way down. You can hold on to your mat if you need to, but keep your heels lifted. We're shifting all of the weight into the balls of the feet. Keeping your toes tucked, lower your knees to your mat. And sit back on your heels. We're just going to do some side stretches while we really lengthen in the arch. So just plant your left hand down onto the floor or onto your mat. Right arm is going to come up and over for a side stretch. Try to keep your hips planted on your heels. Come back to center, other side. Plant your right hand, left arm comes up and over. Beautiful, come back to center. Stay here for just a breath more. And keeping your toes tucked, come onto all fours for tabletop. So your hands are in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips, toes are tucked. And begin your cat-cow. So on your inhale, you're gonna arch your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, bring your gaze between your legs. Perfect, come back to stillness. Untuck your toes, sit back, and swing your legs out in front of you. Come onto your sit bones, scoot your booty out of the way. Flex both of your feet. Inhale your arms above your head to lengthen your spine. As you exhale, fold over both of your legs. If you can grab onto your feet, that's perfect. If you have a strap, you can do that as well to really flex the feet even further. Try not to lock your knees. You can always take a blanket or a pillow and place it underneath your knees, or you can rock them like I do. I always tend to bounce to prevent myself from locking, just as a reminder to myself. Now we're gonna play with some rotations. So go ahead and release your bind. You're gonna place your hands behind you, just to keep your chest nice and open so you don't end up slumping forward. So this will keep some posture in check. But just begin to flex your toes. Just point and flex. Take your time. And these are exercises that I do pretty regularly. I do have quite a few issues with my feet. When I was active duty, I broke both of my feet at the same time, snapping both of my navicular bones. So foot recovery is incredibly important, and sticking with the therapy is everything. So even though these stretches might be really easy for somebody, if you're trying to rebuild strength, they are so important. Now go ahead and flex your feet, and we're gonna alternate. So you're gonna point your left toes, flex your right, and then do the opposite. Point your right toes, flex the left. Just go back and forth. Perfect. Come to stillness, and now bring your feet the width of your mat. And you're gonna roll them inward so that your toes are pointing towards one another. And then roll them outward so that your heels are facing one another. Try to keep both of your feet flexed while you do this, just to keep everything engaged. And take your time. This is one that can be kind of difficult to do if you have hardware in your feet like I do. So it's important to just be easy with yourself, be patient. Go ahead and bring both of your feet to stillness, and then we're gonna alternate. So kind of do the windshield wiper with your feet. Just a few more. And come to stillness. Go ahead and walk your hands back in. And then bring the bottoms of your feet together. Your knees are gonna go nice and wide. Give yourself some space here. You don't need to have your feet super tucked in. Create like a diamond with your legs. Now we're gonna come into butterfly, and the way we're going to do this is I just want you to attach the blade edges of your feet. Allow your arches to kind of splay open so that you have that exposure, like almost like a little cup or a bowl here. And you're gonna bow forward just slightly, keep your spine nice and straight, and just begin to press into your arches. Just little taps, little bits of pressure. Only on the arch right now. Just use your thumb, and then begin to press upward, going all the way up your arch from your heel, all the way to the ball. And then press down. Now work your way to the ball of your feet, creating little pressures underneath each toe. Just giving your foot a little bit of love. We just did a lot of flexing and extending and really lengthening in the arch, putting a lot of compression in the balls of your feet. So just give it a little bit of love, just to say thank you. It's funny, there's always this like, I don't know how to phrase it even. There's like this version of a pretty foot, you know? This thing that society has created to have these pretty dainty and slender feet, which is not ideal for most of the population. But I took something from my teacher training. So my instructor, Megan, she is very foot conscious, which I really resonated with my own complications. And she said, you don't want these slender feet, you want caveman feet, you want feet with substance, you want strong feet. And that's something you don't hear much. So every time I practice, I'm like, I want caveman feet. I want strong, sturdy feet. And begin to put pressure into each toe. Just squeeze your big toe. And then your pointer toe. And your middle toe. And your ring toe. I label them like I do fingers. And then your pinky toe. Perfect. You can just come to a comfortable seat. Whatever that may be. Crisscross applesauce, half lotus. Even pop into hero's pose if that's comfortable for you. And then bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Hopefully your feet are nice and happy and ready to either begin your day or create a little bit of ease if you're doing this before bed. I just wanted to let you all know that this was a requested video from Linus TKL. I really appreciate your suggestion in creating a happy feet flow. So feel free, use this flow whenever you need to, whenever you're feeling a little bit neglected in your feet and need a little bit of extra massage in there. But feel free, send me your suggestions, comment on any of the videos, let me know what you are wanting to target in your own body and what you want to help, me create a flow to focus on. I really appreciate it. It helps me kind of get out of my own creative brain and focus on something else. So hopefully this created a little bit of ease for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, comment what you're looking for. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me thus far. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.